Y'all ready? Closer. Okay. Good morning, everyone. So we're here at the scene, and just thankfully, nobody was injured, and all the credit goes to the Providence Police Department. All the preparation, all the training, all the simulations that they've done, they put into use today. People are pretty shook up, not only in the house, but in the surrounding houses. But thankfully, nobody was injured, and the suspects have been apprehended. So kudos to the Providence Police Department. We're really proud of the work that they've done, and I'll pass it over to Chief Clements.
So good morning, everyone. Yes, a very tense situation for the last 8 or 9 hours. So 1:15 a.m. this morning, Providence Police respond to a armed home invasion. Patrol units get here very quickly enough where we contain the suspects inside the house. We secure the house, we secure the neighborhood. Members of the Special Response Unit are notified and respond to the scene within a short amount of time. At that point, negotiations begin with one of the suspects, and at times one of the other suspects as well. This goes on for hours. These are trained negotiators from the Providence Police Special Response Unit and others. There's a lot of activity going on during the negotiations. Several hours later, there are 3 victims inside the house: a mom, a dad, and a young boy, 8 years old. Several hours into the negotiations, the mom is released after a round of negotiations. Hours later, the 8-year-old boy is released after further negotiations. Contained in the house at that time is the adult male and suspects. We believe there are 2 or 3. As you see now, we end up arresting 3 suspects. The dad is okay, everyone is okay. Nonetheless, they're being treated medically. Suspects, no injuries, 3 in custody. The investigation continues. The address is 22 Norwich Avenue on the 2nd floor. During this tense standoff, Providence Police had secured houses on either side of the suspect house and the 1st and 3rd floor. So the incident was contained and confined to the 2nd floor. It was a tremendous job by members of the Providence Police Uniform Division Patrol Bureau, the Special Response Unit, the Detective Division, by all members of the Providence Police. Everyone is safe.
Do you think this was about drugs?
Very possible. It's too early to tell. The investigation will continue. Typically, we see, unfortunately, armed home invasions of drug houses, so it very well could be. If that is the case, then if they were looking for drugs, I would anticipate they probably had the wrong house.
The spate of these last year.
Correct.
How dangerous was this situation?
Very dangerous. I mean, we know there were weapons that were seen. We have a lot of arsenal on the Providence Police side with the Special Response Unit. Very tense, dangerous situation. We haven't seen one like this in years. Over the years, we've had several that we've encountered in the Providence Police Department, and it reminded us, myself and Commander Verdi, of some that we've had in years past. Very tense situation.
What made them give it up?
The dialogue between the negotiators was really professional, and they were on mark. They really engaged in a connection with the suspect, and I don't know if you saw later on, we were speaking with them on the porch, and they talked about that. They talked about the connection that the negotiator made with them, and that's the only reason that they gave up peacefully.
Colonel, from our vantage point, we saw 3 men taken on handcuffs. None of those were the father of this family that are here, correct?
The father was released immediately when we went to the front door, and then probably 20 minutes later you saw the 3 suspects be taken into custody. But
I'm not sure if that car that we're seeing is connected.
we're not sure yet either.
So
but
you're not
obviously,
sure where these men are from?
No. We know them. You could see there was some engagement as they came outside. They're from Providence, but all that remains under investigation.
You know them
Sorry.
all three? All 3,
Oh, we believe so.
What
Yes.
kind of weapons were involved?
We're not going to speak about the weapons or anything real pertinent to the investigation. There may be other cases they're involved in. So, hey, look, We just took them into custody. We have a long way to go from an investigative standpoint. The most important thing is everyone is secure, everyone is safe, the suspects are in custody, and now we control the scene.
Can you guys talk about the impact to the neighborhood, and you're working in partnership with Providence School District this morning as well?
Yes, very early in the morning, the mayor's staff, the other city departments were in communication with the police department. We made a decision very early on to close the nearby school. The communication was good, and most importantly, we want everyone to be safe. Unfortunately, there's some dangerous people out there. We secured this quickly, safely, professionally, and there's a good ending to it.
Chief, how were you notified about this?
Someone escaped from the house and notified the Providence police of this armed home invasion, which led immediately to a very quick response, and then the standoff for the last 7 hours. So from 1:15 a.m. on, this is going on.
Someone from one of the other floors?
No, someone from that apartment.
Oh.
So there were 4 people that live on that second floor. One of them jumped out the window, escaped, notified the police. That's a 22-year-old, and that's how we were provided the information, thankfully. The other 3 occupants of the home stayed inside, and then I told you how they were released one at a time. The last one remaining was a dad, and then he's taken out safely.
Man or woman for the 22-year-old?
Man.
An 8-year-old boy, you said, how's he doing?
He's doing fine, yes. I'm sure he's...
Any of the victims, were they injured in any way or
No.
tied up or?
No, not that we know of.
All right, the suspects didn't
Do you know the
anything.
relation between the 22-year-olds and the
No,
parents?
no.
Okay.
So that's it for now. We'll give you more later. The investigation just begins.
Have you been seeing a lot of home invasions lately? Is
Not
that
lately,
state?
no, but we're familiar with them. They occur from time to time. We have upticks, and then we make arrests, and they diminish for a while, but not recently. There hasn't been an uptick, so
Do you know what the charges might be?
not yet.
Do you
Not
anticipate
yet.
court later today?
We're not sure yet. Investigation has just begun, so we'll have more a little later on from detectives.
Oh, Chief, who
Thank
were the
you.
negotiators who put it together?
I credit Sergeant Carlos Sical. Actually, Shane Romano was the very first one. Second was Sergeant Carlos Sical, made contact. Sergeant Kurt Desitals from the Special Response Unit, and the one who carried the bulk of the load, he did a tremendous job, was Sergeant Mike Wheeler. No surprise, he's done many in the past. He's the one that really negotiated the suspects to come out, and the main suspect to keep that dialogue going and release the mom, later the child, and for them finally to come out. But they all did a great job.
Good conclusion to this.
Really is.
State police
Safe
cruiser-
ending.
I think I saw a state police cruiser.
No.
Thank you,
Providence
everyone.
police.
Okay, thank you, folks.